you people. I am Belle the B.
And I'm Sophia the S.
And welcome to BS Fandom Fun Times. It's been a while since we said that, and it's also not been a while because we did record this once before, and I completely lost all of the data because I got a new computer.
Yay, technology. Thank you. Round of applause.
Anyways, but sadly we're coming today to talk about the thing that I talked about a couple weeks ago now, which is the end of Rooster Teeth. We do have a little bit more information now that there's been some time passing, but not a whole lot, just because a lot of things are still up in the air. A lot of things are still to be answered in the future someday, hopefully, maybe. So, but what we're talking about, of course...
Hi, kitty.
Hello, cat. Is Rooster Teeth shutting down. Warner Brothers is shutting them down. You can watch my video again for more details on that. But we're just wanting to kind of talk about what Rooster Teeth was for us, because although she's not as big a fan as I was, it still was a lot for our friendship. And she was my maid of honor for our wedding. Actually invited to be my maid of honor because of a certain somebody. Kara Everly.
Thank you, Kara.
Who I'm hoping to meet very, very soon at WeebCon in Grapevine. So I'm like, ooh, yay! Gonna meet all of Team Ruby there, I hope. So anyways, I'll finally get my just desserts for not getting to meet Michael and Lindsay at RTX. And speaking of RTX, it's kind of where we're gonna kick things off here and just kind of talk about what RTX meant to us, because I know they canceled it this year before anything like this was set in stone or announced or anything like that. So, but man, RTX for us was just like, it was our first convention.
First time cosplaying for me.
First time cosplaying for me.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wasn't sure if you'd been to one. I didn't remember.
No, neither of us had ever done anything
first
like
time
it.
cosplaying in general.
And it was so much fun.
Oh,
it really was. It really was. It was that first thing for me of getting to see people I had watched for years come to life and be real in 3D for once. And I was so flabbergasted at the fact that these people were real. And I will never forget that feeling. It was such an amazing feeling. As of April 1st, 22 years of Rooster Teeth. And it won't be much longer than that, I'm sure. I don't know exactly when they're going to shut it down or anything, but...
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you talked about RTX too, what you remember from it.
So, RTX, I was mainly really excited for, like, all the Ruby, the Red versus Blue, Genlock, because I was kind of getting into Genlock. Haven't really seen it since then, to be honest, because they gave it, I think, to HBO shortly after the first season ended. And so I didn't really watch it after that. But I was mainly there for Ruby. Ruby was kind of what drew me to Rooster Teeth in general. My first memory of Ruby was Belle and I guess, hanging out maybe after work or school one day, getting Sonic. Getting Sonic
and my
after...
little beetle.
And she was playing the Volume 1 intro song, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is such a cool rock song, because I love rock music. And she was like, oh, it's from this anime-esque, anime-inspired show. And I was like, oh, really? And she showed me all the character trailers, and my mind was just like, whoa! And I went home, and I binged, like, all 5 volumes within, like, less than 3 days. Because hyperfixation. And
I always, whenever I met somebody, I would be like, okay, are they a Ruby person or are they a Red versus Blue person? And so I always like try to judge somebody based off of that. Or do you need more family friendly, or are you a little bit crazy, basically?
And I have the dark humor.
That's basically how I introduced them to Rooster Teeth was, okay, you would like Ruby. You would like Red versus Blue, and I can't remember. Did I show you Red versus Blue first?
No, you showed me Ruby first, and then after I told you that I binged watched all 5 volumes within 3 days, you were like, okay, well if you loved Ruby, you'll love this because you have dark humor.
Yeah, I got to know her a little better and went, She's a RVB person. Gotcha.
And she showed it to me, and I was like, so it's basically about these soldiers in Halo, and they just fuck around with each other all day. And I was like, oh, okay. And she showed me the first season, and I was like, this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, but I love it, and I want more of it.
Yeah.
And I think I got through that in like 2 weeks, maybe 3.
I don't know, but it was insane. I don't know how you did that. You did.
It's called ADHD.
Shouldn't sleep, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a good thing that she introduced it to me when the semester was ending, because I kind of had to hurry up and study for my finals. I kind of had to cram for all of that. But yeah, I watched Rooster Teeth for like the first summer semester of college. Thankfully, I didn't have a lot to do, so I got through that pretty quick.
Well, the first time I introduced you to Achievement Hunter was actually at RTX, because we were going to go see Achievement Hunter live, and I wanted you to know who you were looking at, basically, to be able to be like, oh, okay, I know what they're kind of like. I kind of remember who they are. I can kind of name them. Mm-hmm. I wanted at least that, because you had such a zero baseline for who anybody was at that point.
Yeah, she first started me out with like the people who were already in RWBY. She's like, oh, they're also an Achievement Hunter, and they're also an Achievement Hunter. And then she kind of was like, oh, here are the new people. So, I thought Barbara was an Achievement. Oh, wait, no, she wasn't. No, she wasn't.
Barbara's never an Achievement Hunter.
Just kidding.
She probably did, like,
Michael, Lindsay, Jeff. Who else? I want to say Joel.
No,
not Joel. I have the face in my head.
Trevor, yeah.
Yeah,
but
Trevor. That's what I was thinking.
I don't know that he was in RWBY.
No, but that's kind of how we like started it out. We were like,
I see.
oh, so here's Michael and Lindsay. They're an Achievement Hunter. Jeff from Red vs. Blue.
That's right. Yeah.
He's in there.
So basically, I introduced her to every single person as much as I could, and I was trying to show her through the games they were playing, and then I was like, she's not really much of a gamer. This isn't
Unfortunately
working.
not.
What else can I show her that shows her achievement?
Hunter.
Let's try that. I had no clue at this point in time how much she liked ghost hunting stuff. This is when I found out.
Where's my book?
So this is how I found out that she was really into ghost hunter stuff. I am not really into ghost hunter stuff, but Achievement Hunter doing ghost hunting stuff, I knew it was going to be fun. And I had already seen it. So I was like, oh, this will be perfect. You get to see their face, which you don't always get to do when they're playing games. And you can kind of gauge their personality. So started her on it, and lo and behold, she loved it. And we need to rewatch it.
Yes, we do.
Before it's too late.
I need more paranormal content in my life.
But yeah, so it was a lot of fun getting to be there. We did get lost at one point where we walked miles and miles past our parking garage like 3 times.
On a night that we don't talk about.
So determined.
That never happened.
I was so determined that that wasn't the parking lot, and I was so wrong. And we were miserable. Our feet hurt. I think we swapped shoes. Because my shoes were heels, and I don't do heels very often. But she does. Her shoes were too small, and I don't mind that at all. So we swapped, and we were like, all right, this is better.
Because the cosplay boots that I think I got from like Etsy or something. So they kind of just gave you like an estimated size, and I thought I picked the right one, but I guess they're like... Their 8 was like a 7.5 or something like that. I don't remember. Mm-hmm. But either way, her shoes fit better on me because I knew how to navigate
heels.
The stupid lady stilts, as Ruby would say.
It was kind of funny to have Ruby in stupid lady stilts and then Weiss in combat boots. I don't know. It was
sensible shoes.
It was just an interesting combination there. But... yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I don't think we'll ever forget it.
No, I definitely won't.
And I don't even rewatch like our videos or anything. Like, this is not for me rewatching vlogs and stuff like that. Like, I just know that I will never forget that trip because, I mean, it was also my first time. I don't know if it was yours, but it was my first time going somewhere with a friend and not a family member and spending the night somewhere.
I want to say
I had never done
a trip, I think. No, I had my school trip my senior year.
School trip doesn't count. I mean, like, when you're actually going without any supervision, adult supervision.
Oh. Well,
like, it's just you and a friend, and you made the trip plan and everything like that.
Yeah, also my first time.
Hello, puppy. So, yeah, it was a huge deal for us, and she got to meet herself, Lindsay, and I kind of got to meet Lindsay and Michael and Ryan and Jeremy. I did find the video that I had been looking for of me
great.
During RTX 2020, I believe is when they did the online stuff. And I have, like, I know I'm doing this. This is the shape of the video, in case you were wondering what shape of video it is.
No, I thought it would have been nice. A circle or a triangle.
It's a swirl. No, but the video is just me talking to them, and really it's just them talking while I am there. And occasionally they're like, oh yeah, you should talk. And I'm like, oh, right. Hi.
Did you get starstruck like I did?
No, I wasn't sure what to say at that point. I was like, I forgot about my word pictures. And I'll
have to bring that up in a minute.
I am so mad. Okay, if you go to BA Start, which I'll link below, it's my other YouTube channel with my husband. We do games and stuff. We went to Collecticon in Dallas, and we met the voice actor for Oscar Pine. And I didn't think about it at all until literally yesterday. This was like weeks ago. Literally yesterday, I remembered my word pictures. No! This was my only chance to get it to him and to get an autograph from him for it. And I was like, gosh dang it. And I got his autograph.
Good.
Just not on the word picture. So I just want to make sure that they see them. And I also really want to know what Lindsay thought of them. And I want to know what they all think of them.
I mean, we kind of already have a picture reaction of what
True.
Michael and Lindsay thought, which hopefully she includes in the video.
I will. It's right here. There you go.
Yay. But so when I was in line meeting Michael and Lindsay, Belle, of course, gave me the word drawings to get their signatures on. And I'm waiting in line, and I did my Ruby voice for her, and she seemed to like it, so that was like the best moment probably of RTX, or one of the best moments, was when she approved of my Ruby voice that I worked so very hard on.
Yeah.
I don't have it anymore now, I don't think. Especially not right now since I'm sick.
I miss it. I miss it all. And I'm going to miss all of it. I'm glad to see that Team Ruby is still traveling. I hope that they keep doing that. And that's going to be one of the things. So, obviously, this is the way that voice actors typically make a lot of money, is by traveling place to place. I say a lot. They travel place to place, and they go to different cons. And they sometimes literally days in a row, no sleep in between, will travel across the world to go to conventions. I know, because the voice actress, I should say, for Luffy did just that. And she told us, she was like, I've had 0 sleep, but I get a break before I go off to London for next weekend. And I was like, oh my gosh. But that's how they make their money, is by showing up to these events, and you have to pay for their autographs. Not a big deal. You know, $50 here and there. I hope that they get to keep doing this. I hope they get to keep going to events and doing that kind of stuff. But I don't know, if that's going to change.
Yeah. If
there's going to be, because I know we're getting one more season of Ruby, for sure. And the last season of Red versus Blue. The actual last season.
Not this Red versus Blue Zero stuff.
I really hope not. They have been saying it forever that this was going to be the last season, so this is not a shock to any of us, but they have now said, it's kind of fitting that this is the last season, considering this is our last time being Rooster Teeth. So now the question is, who's getting what? And that's something that's still up in the air. Carrie Shawcross, one of the writers, producers of Ruby, was trying to find somebody to buy it, and I don't know that he's yet found anybody. I know there's been a lot of fan speculation of oh, this is the person that should do it, this is the person that should do it. If you're doing that based off of animation style, I understand, but you got to remember, they also need writers, they also need actors, they need all this other stuff. And while they do have our main characters and everybody, there's no guarantee that they're going to be able to keep doing it.
Yeah.
And that's the hardest part, is while we want that as fans, there's no guarantee that they're going to have the time for it now that they have to have new jobs or whatever. It may change. It may not affect them at all. I don't know what Kara or Erin does. It's Weiss and Blake. Because I know they're...
seems to be doing very good at the modeling.
Yeah, is that what she's doing?
She kind of does, like, home photo shoots, it seems like.
Okay.
I follow all of Team Ruby on Instagram, by the way. But, yeah.
Okay.
I love the photography that she does. Like, she kind of gives you, like, Amy Lee and Evanescence vibes sometimes with, like, some of her photography. And I love it. Because I love Evanescence.
There you go.
Oh.
So...
Off tangent, because I realized that I didn't finish what I was saying about Michael and Lindsay in the picture. Hopefully you dropped the picture again, so now I can actually finish my story.
Here it is.
But, so I'm waiting in line, and they're trying to, get the autographs done very quickly because they're running very short on time. I think they had to go to another panel.
Probably.
Yeah. I think Michael did. It was Michael and Lindsay, one of them. But, so they're looking at the word drawings, and I'm trying to explain to them what they are. Because they were kind of like, oh, this is a very interesting art style. And I was like, yeah, so my best friend did these drawings of each of the symbols of, like, the semblances, and filled the drawings in with, like, quotes from the show of that character. And she did, like, 20 of them. She had been working on these drawings for, like, months, and I was telling them that, and you can see Michael and Lindsay's face. They're like, Lindsay just has, like, and Michael's like, oh, for real? He's got, like, the dedication. And Lindsay's like, how could someone focus that much time on it? It was funny because I'm looking back at all the pictures because I picked the pictures option instead of, like, the video. I don't know. Like, I guess I was just feeling more picture at that moment. But I'm going back and I'm, like, looking at all the photos, and I stopped and I was like, look at this. Oh my gosh. That's, like, one of my favorite pictures from RTX. Like, that moment of just me being like, ah, and Lindsay being like, ah, Michael being like,
yep.
Priceless.
I absolutely love it. Priceless. And I'm so excited to actually see their reactions, or maybe not Michael's. It'd be interesting if he was there. I wouldn't mind it, but I don't expect him to be there.
So you could see the reaction.
I'd like him to tell me whatever, but I don't expect him to be there, but I'm excited to see everybody else's reaction. So excited that literally I think it was 2 nights ago, I kept dreaming different dreams about meeting everybody and showing them my word pictures. And in some of the dreams, I forgot an extra one, or some of the dreams I forgot to give them one. And one of them, Barbara really liked a Yoshi I had made, which I've never made a Yoshi one. And then it made me think, oh man, when I woke up, I should have made a Mario one for Charles Martinet. And then I was like, what in the world is happening in my brain?
Dreams are funny that way.
That's really
especially weird. Neurodivergent brains.
So anyways, so that's so that's basically RTX. That kind of talked about Ruby too, and Red versus Blue a little bit. Yeah. Achievement Hunter, everything. And honestly, I really, really hope that somehow we get to keep all of the amazing videos, whether they put them on YouTube or which they could totally do. I mean, YouTube is free to use, so there's no reason why they couldn't do it.
And they could still keep their channel. No one said they had to take it down.
Yeah, maybe they couldn't post the sponsored stuff because of legal things. I could see that, which makes me like really want to go see all the hardcore stuff and the AT&T stuff, just in case any of that goes away. I don't know if the hardcore stuff is sponsored or not, but you know, there's a lot of stuff in all of the Rooster Teeth sites. So if you haven't seen anything Rooster Teeth and you're like, I don't know who these people are, first off, I find a stranger watching this video. But second off, go watch them all you can. I don't know when their ending date is. I don't know that they know when their ending date is. And I don't know how much we're going to have after it's all said and done. I'm really hoping it's not an Unis Honest situation, which is Mark and Ethan's channel that lasted 1 year and then they deleted the entire thing as an experiment. It was really, really sad. And
why
at the end,
the experiment?
So their whole thing was could they post a video every day for a full year, and then at the end of it, they deleted it to basically show that things don't. It was kind of like the whole thing was memento mori, remember death, and they were like saying like it's not about us keeping it up and going forever. They were never going to do that. That's a lot to do a video every day like that forever. Not going to happen with those two. But they wanted to basically be like, okay, just because something's gone doesn't mean it didn't happen and you can't remember it fondly. Right. So like the only way you should watch anything Unis Honest related is by clips that people throughout the year saved. That's it. That's the only way you're allowed to remember it by.
I think cat and dog are getting annoyed with each other again.
I never do the dance of Italy. Anyways, so
I forgot about that.
So there you go. That's honestly the majority of it. Is there anything else that you'd want to add about anything Rooster Teeth?
Spot now. Let's see.
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, like, I'm gonna be interested to see how that last season of Ruby ends, because I honestly haven't watched it since I think the 8th one ended. Whichever one was the one where they were falling into the black hole and then just popped. Okay. I've seen bits and pieces of it from Rooster Teeth's Instagram where they've posted, like, some of the clips, and it looks like they're doing, like, some sort of Wonderland thing.
Yeah.
And there's a talking mouse, which gives me, what's his name from Narnia, the little mouse with the feather?
I don't remember his name, but...
Anyways, he kind of reminds me of that guy. But it's like, you told me about how they were trying to do... Oh my goodness. Should do a drinking game of how many times does my cat pop up? Or like, every time you see my cat pop up in the video, you should take a shot.
There. You hold the cat, I'll hold the dog.
Okay. Come back, cat. You want to be in this video so bad. So unfortunately, my dog's name is not Zwei. His name is Marshmallow. If he were a corgi, he would 100% be named Zwei, but alas, he is a marshmallow. And Oliver has opted out of being in the video again. Anyways.
Marshmallow tried to back out. I had to scooch his butt up so he didn't fall.
Look, even he's saying, like, put me down.
You're going to fall if you do that.
What was I saying? Ain't she right? Oh yeah, so you told me that they'd been doing, like, that they wanted to do, like, a Wonderland type thing, and I found that really odd.
It was.
Because it's like, the plot line of Ruby has been...
It doesn't call for it.
No. And it's been very much, like, 0 to 100. It was, like, the first 3 volumes, it's, like, very, very slow plot buildup. And they're focusing on, like, oh, we're in a time of peace, but obviously you can see it's not the case. But everyone wants to deny it for whatever reason, just like Harry Potter movie 5. And then you have stuff hit the roof, because I don't think I'm allowed to swear. Yeah. You have things hit the ceiling at the end of Volume 3, and then... winds back down, Volume 4 very slow, Volume 5 kind of starting to pick it up again, but not really. And then Volume 6, 0 to 100 real quick.
Yeah, I mean, in all honesty, Volume 9 came out of nowhere in terms of what it was.
Yeah.
They say, like, oh, we've been planning for this type of thing for a while now. Okay, but...
It was very poorly planned.
It seemed out of nowhere. And there are definitely criticisms to be had, but... that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But right now, we're just kind of hoping it gets bought, because if it gets bought, it keeps going.
And maybe they can redeem it. If it keeps going,
we get the end of a story. If we don't keep going, we likely don't get the end of a story. And that's the part that concerns me the most with all this, is that we're going to be left on a cliffhanger forever.
They better not.
Well,
otherwise I'm definitely not going to watch it.
They may not have a choice, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, all those books and everything that we've come to enjoy from Ruby, probably won't be another one made anymore. yeah, it's hard. It's a hard truth. All the stuff that we liked about any of it won't exist anymore, except for the people. And those people will be off having to do other things. And that's the yucky part. They really were doing something they loved, and they've all been very, grateful about it and everything, that they got to do it for so long.
Yeah.
It's devastating. And our hearts go out to each and every one of them because, from people we see on the camera to people that we never even heard of as fans, except for maybe a credit scroll. It's a huge life changer for all of them. Mm-hmm. So with that, we'll go ahead and let y'all go for now. And if there are any, more updates or anything that are major, I'll be sure one of us, if not both of us, if it's the last day or something like that, we do something because, it's pretty major. So, goodbye for now.